Dear students, this video lecture is about components and history of remote sensing. Remote sensing is a science of acquiring data of any Earth surface without being contact with it. This is done by sensing and recording the reflected or the emitted energy and processing the energy by applying and analyzing the information is called remote sensing. This is the figure representing the various components of remote sensing. First one, the A is the energy source where the sun or artificial energy source emitted the rays on the earth's surface and it will be absorbed by the sensors mounted with the satellites, and the data will be transferred to the field stations. Then it will be converting into maps or informations to the users. Here we can detailedly know about the components. The first one is energy source. The ultimate energy source is the sun, which emit the energy in the form of electromagnetic energy to the target of interest. The B is the radiation and the atmosphere. As the energy travels from its source to the target, it will come in contact with the atmosphere and interact with the atmosphere it passes through. This interaction may take place as second of time as the energy travels from the target to sensors. Then interaction with the target. Once the energy makes its way to the target through the atmosphere, it interacts with the target depending on the properties of both the target and the radiation. Recording of energy by the sensor. After the energy has been scattered by or emitted from the target, we require a sensor to collect and record the electromagnetic radiation. Next, the transmission, reception and processing. The energy recorded by the sensor has to be transmitted, often in the form of electronic, to a receiving and processing station where the data are processed. Interaction and the analysis. The processed image is interpreted visually or digitally or electronically to interact the information about the target which was illuminated. Application. The final element of the remote sensing process is achieved when we apply the information we have been able to extract from the imaginary about the target in order to better understand. History of remote sensing. The first photograph was taken by the time of 1839. The first photo from the balloons was taken in the year of 1858. Then the first plane mounted to gather the remote sensing data was 1903, and in 1909 the first photo taken from the plane. Then in 1903-04 the infrared film remote sensor data were taken. Then World War I and World War II, the number of imagery remote sensing data were gathered to find out the actual processing going on the war site. And 1960, the space crafts are launched to take the remote sensing data. Thank you.